Good morning. Oh, what a couple of busy days. I thought, after school ends, it'll lighten up a little bit. I've been busier than ever, and today's busyness, business. What would you say there? Um, Comes from getting kids ready for camps. Right? It's that time of our lives when we're getting kids ready for all sorts of summer camps that are happening. So. Um, Yeah, it's fun. It's really good. Two of my kids are going to a camp, and they are going to be gone starting tomorrow morning, ending like later in the afternoon on Saturday. So it's like boom, 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 day after day. And they have to drop off their stuff tonight because their stuff goes ahead of time on a truck. And so I need to get them over there to drop off their stuff. They're allowed to have, it's very specific. This one container, and then this duffel bag, and then whatever. And they can't have more than that because they have to be conservative about space and whatever. But so I actually got special permission from the driver's ed teacher so that my daughter could go to this camp. I was like, because for driver's ed, I don't know if you've ever done, driver's ed, but they require you to be there for so many hours, so many days, whatever, and have so many driving hours and experience and all that. And today, my daughter is like kind of getting ahead so that the next 3 days aren't as bad missing. She's doing a drive today. It's kind of fun. But in the process, we've been like frantically getting ready for these camps and stuff. And they overlap each other, right? We leave, the kid leaves, and then before they come back, another kid has already left for a camp, and I'm like, oh my gosh, so much going on. But it's fun. It's fun. These are times where kids make really meaningful, worthwhile experiences. These are core memories, These are memories they're going to keep with them for the rest of their lives. So it's so worth doing. It's so worth doing. My one son is my son is in cross country now, and yesterday was his first day, and he did great. I was kind of nervous about it because he's throwing himself into a brand new experience, brand new thing, and he did super well. It just so happened that some of the kids in the class or in the team are kids that I've had in my class, right? And so it was so easy to just introduce them. They're like, "Oh my gosh, Miller." And I'm like, hey, this is my son. And they're like, oh, man, basically any friend of Miller's is a friend of mine, that kind of thing. So they really took him under their wing, which is just really awesome. So I was nervous about it, but really I had nothing to worry about because they really took care of him, which is cool. All right, let's do it. Let's dive into connections. Let's play a connections puzzle. I am looking to make 4 groups of 4. So I see chill, image, moderate, radical, table, judge, civic, chair, jury, word, text box, customs, psych, chart, heavy, and mediate. Okay. So I see like moderate and radical. And heavy. I don't know if those go together. Let's see. Chair. Table. Oh wait, table, chart. There's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of overlapping categories here. A lot of words that could go into multiple things. Civic, right? Somebody that's a civil servant. Hey, it's baby. How you doing? Good to have you. Chair. You sit in a chair at a table. To mediate, to judge, to moderate, as a verb, to moderate, to mediate, to like oversee, to judge. What's another one though? To chart, customs, to chair. Like you're on the board of trustees and you're a chair. All right, baby, don't make this too political, all right? It's baby. We're here to have fun. We are here to have fun. Let's see. Psych. I feel like chart and table go together, but I can't see other. Love from India. Awesome. That's so fun. I get people watching my streams from all over the world. I love that. Thank you. Thanks for checking in, right? Telling me where in the world we are. That's so cool. Okay, I'm going to shuffle these because I'm having a hard time seeing this. Why would text box be in there? You could have a text box in a document. Oh, you could have an image in a document. You could have a table in a document. And you could have, I guess, a chart. Let's try that. It is. Things you can insert into a document. Great. Okay, so table and chair was a, classic. Red herring, of course. Morning, Callie. Thank you. Awesome. Let's see. So maybe it is. Maybe to chair, to judge, to moderate, and to mediate. Let's try that. Okay, it is. To arbitrate. Yeah. Yeah, to judge over something, to preside in a decision-making sense. Okay. Two most tricky categories, which is a little tough. But how are these related to each other? I see word. Customs. Customs, like when you get into a country, you have to declare what you're bringing in and taking out. Customs. Radical. Radical, dude. Oh my gosh, wait a minute. Radical. Word. Psych. Chill. Oh my gosh, these are like 90s catchphrases. 80s. Okay, well, early 90s. We still would say those things. Radical is a little older, isn't it? Word. I feel like word up. That's an early 90s thing. Chill. Psych. We still said psych in the 90s. Radical. That's very dated. That one's definitely 80s. Chill. Everybody says chill. Let's see. Now, how are these related to each other? Civic exam, civics test, customs enforcement, jury duty. Oh, civic duty. Heavy duty. Yep, that's got to be it. Civic duty, customs duty, jury duty, and heavy duty. What do you bet? Yeah. Today was very tricky. Yeah, I agree, Callie. Have you never heard those slang words before? Look at that. We nearly got it in color order, too. In fact, the thing that threw me off, I mean, maybe you heard it at the beginning. I was like, oh, to judge, to mediate, to moderate. And then I was like, yeah, but to chair? I considered it, but I didn't want to throw away a guess if it was wrong. To chair, So that's not as straightforward, right? If you're going for yellow, yellow is the most straightforward. This did not seem as straightforward. So I don't know about that. Okay, so the connections was fun today. The green category, things you can insert into a document, like a Word doc or a Google Doc. You can add a chart, add an image, add a table, and add a text box. Depends on the document, right? If you're working on, I don't know, a Google Sheets or something, a PowerPoint, that's very easy to add all of those things. In a Word document, try this sometime. Try adding a text box to a Word document. The whole document is a text box. Can you insert a text box into that? Good luck. I'll pray for you. I've tried to do that, and it's not very cooperative. A chart, an image, a table, sure, you can insert those things in, but a text box into a Word document, good night. That's one of the most challenging things in the world. And you know, they always joke, right? If you like change the image, then you know it adds 3 pages, and you hear sirens in the distance, that sort of thing. It's true. I wish that was an exaggeration, but trying to resize an image or add, you know, a tiny bit of extra space to a table, oh my gosh, that's one of the most infuriating things in the world, because then suddenly it's like extra long, and it's, oh my gosh. But yes, you can do those things in a document. Whether it's easy or not, you can do those things to a document. To arbitrate was the yellow category. To chair, to judge, to mediate, and to moderate. I did fine with those 3 other words, but chair sat funny for me, so I didn't want to waste a guess if I was wrong, right? All right. The next one, the blue category, is 80s slang. I would argue this is early 90s slang as well. Some of these. Chill. Everyone says chill. Psych. We said psych. Early 90s, we said psych. Radical. That's very dated. That's very 80s. And then word. I feel like that's... We said word up. Word up. So it's not just 80s, but some of these definitely originated in the 80s. And then I always love it when I have 4 left, and I'm like, how are these related? And then they finally come together, and it's like, oh, yeah, I could see this. Yeah, I love that. Lipo says, the person who wrote this was not cool in the 80s. I love that. They were square. That's great. Oh, yeah, the purple category was blank duty, civic duty, customs duty, right? Duty meaning you have to pay a tax entering the country, like a tariff, right? Kind of the same thing. Your civic duty is like that honorable push inside you to do something that's right for the country or right for your city or whatever. Heavy duty, right? Things that are like extra strength. And then jury duty. I don't know if you guys in other countries have to do jury duty, but you cross your fingers and pray that you never get called to jury duty. Luckily, I don't know, knock on wood. This is actually a wood desk. I can knock on this wood. That I never get called for jury duty. I never have. My wife has gotten called a couple of times, but she was able to get out of it. Actually, no, just the once. But she was able to get out of it because she had kids to take care of, young kids to take care of. But often, you know, teachers will get pulled out of class and you'll have to find a sub, and it's like frustrating because then you get called to jury duty for, you know, however long, weeks. But yeah, it's your civic duty to go do jury duty. Just luckily, I don't know, maybe I've flown under the radar, but I've never gotten called for jury duty. Thank goodness. Maybe I'm too suspicious. I'm suspect. All right. Any of you guys get called to jury duty? It's not anything I want to have to experience. There it is. Okay. Okay. Now we're in the middle of things. Okay. Let's do it. Mini crossword. Let's play the mini. Okay, it's a 5x5 with 2 little blocks cut out. Displays at a trailhead. Those are signs. Maps? Maybe maps. Go for maps. Pulitzer Prize winning 2024 novel that reimagined Adventures of Huck Finn from the perspective of Jim. Oh, I don't know the name of that. I honestly don't know the name of that. All right, invader in a sci-fi movie, maybe Alien. Alien invaders. Thin strands. It has an S on the end. No, it's got to have an S. Oh. Wisps? Let's try that. We might change it. Tude. Like attitude? I don't know. That could be abbreviating anything. One of Michelle Obama's daughters. Is it Malia? Oh, now you're really quizzing me. A little out of whack. Maybe a miss. Something's amiss. Marshmallow treats in Easter basket. Funny. Peeps. My peeps. IRS ID. Maybe SSN, Social Security number. 1975 film with a 25-foot animatronic shark. Jaws. Oh, it is. It is. Okay. Back to puzzle. Okay, so that's so funny. We didn't even go back and see any of these. Okay, displays at a trailhead. Maps. Pulitzer Prize winning 2024 novel that reimagined Adventures of Huck Finn from the perspective of Jim. James? I didn't know that. Invader in a sci-fi movie. An alien. Thin strands. Wisps. Tude. Oh my gosh. Attitude. Sass. One of Michelle Obama's daughters. Malia. Cool. Cool. A little out of whack. Amiss. Something's amiss. Marshmallow treats in Easter baskets. Those are peeps. And then IRS IDs. Social Security numbers. SSNs. And then 1975 film with a 25-foot animatronic shark. Jaws. Cool. Good. All right. Oh, I'm not gonna lie to you. I am a little nervous. I'm a little tiny bit nervous with the Wordle today. I have it'll be fine. I'm just a little... It wasn't yesterday. Yesterday was fine. But 2 days ago and then 3 days ago, the Wordle was super frustrating. They were easy words. See, that's the thing. They were easy words. But when I got to it, I got to 6. And then things fell apart. Okay, we got this. I'm overthinking it. Let's try. Lofty. You're kidding me. Okay, maybe my luck is turning around. Maybe my luck is turning around. We've got an F in the middle and a Y at the end. And there's a T somewhere. Hot dog. Okay, a non-intersecting word here could be spare. Okay, tiny bit of help. We got an A somewhere. So, I mean, I'm just thinking out loud. I'm not going to guess it yet, but we could do like, it can't be FTY. Would it be like blank blank FAY? How many words do FAY? So maybe it's not. Oh my gosh, should we guess it? What if it is? What if it's a double F? Oh, am I going to do the same thing I did before where I'm like, I've done this before. Where I go, oh, I know what it is. And then I spend, the remaining 4 guesses struggling for my life. I could do a third non-intersecting word, but what would that tell me? If it's taffy, then I've got all the letters already. If I threw in another guess, I could do guide, Guide. Oh my gosh, no, we're guessing it. Here we go. Yes. Okay, this time it paid off. Oh my gosh. This time it paid off. Cool. Look at that. Cool. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yeah, I've been honestly faked out. John Marco saw I've been faked out a couple of times. Oh man. Okay, here's the puzzle. I started with the word lofty, and it gave me an F right in the middle, and there's a T somewhere and a Y. Super lucky. I mean, honestly, looking back at it, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 letters considering, because it's a double F. That's pretty good. And then I said spare, a non-intersecting word, spare. And then I thought, okay, I could guess here, or I've tried to guess on the third, getting overconfident, and then I ended up, selling myself short. But spare, so taffy. Nice. Okay, we did good. We done good. All right, let me fix this so that it looks good. There we are. All right, today's theme for the Strands is mind your manners. Mind your manners. Are these... What does it mean, mind your manners? Is this like things that you do with your mind? If you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search. Right? There's oh man. Trying to think of what this might be. I like looking in corners at first. If you've never played Strands before, think of it like a word search, right? And it doesn't just go left and right, up and down. The word letters can snake around. Mind your manners. Does this have to do with etiquette? I see an ER right there. What's a Z doing there? That's strange. Mind your manners. I'm confuzzled here. Mind your manners. I still haven't really uncracked the theme. What does the theme mean? And why is there a Z? Lays? Maybe we use a hint. Share. Mind your manners. These are like good things to do to treat other people nice. Consider. Okay, these are like kind verbs. Oh, here, look. Be polite. I knew I was onto something. Share. Consider. Respect. Thank. Apologize. And a great one. Listen. Nice. That's a great puzzle. I like that one a lot, actually. Today's theme, mind your manners. Be polite. These are good things you can do just to be kind to other people. You can respect, share, be considerate, apologize, thank, and listen. Be polite. That's great. Alrighty. There it is. Letterboxed. Okay, so let's play Letterboxed. Oh, we can see all the letters. There we go. Every time they put that bar up that says limited time offer, it's funny it's a limited time offer if you're... If it always happens, it's not very limited, is it? Okay, now if you've never played Letterboxed, we're trying to span across to create words using all 12 of these letters. We're trying to use up all 12 letters in 4 words. The bot can do it in less. The bot can do it in two words usually. But we have to do it in 4. Sometimes we get it in less. So let's try it. Try to solve in 4 words. So we've got D, I, and M, C, E, and T, L, A, and G, P, O, B. So we've got an E, we've got an O, I, A. There's a vowel on each side. That's funny. There's no R. There's no S. Okay, what are consonants that go together? CL goes together. BL. There's no A. Say a cloak or something. Clog. All I'm thinking of is short little words. I'm trying to come up with bigger, meatier words. Here's a word. We could just do complicit. That's fine. Complicit. Tabled. You shelved something. You tabled something. And how about just dog? There we go. Just to get the G. There. That works. That works. Okay. So the first word we came up with was complicit, and then the whole thing just started rolling. It's fun when you can figure it out, and then the whole ball the ball starts rolling. So we started with complicit. The T led to tabled, and then the D, D led to dog, just to get rid of the G. Complicit, tabled, dog. I still have up here I don't know if I ever showed you this one. Yap proudly. That was one of the ways we solved. We said yap proudly. I should make a t-shirt with that on it. Yap proudly. All right. Well, let's recap. Let's do this. Okay. Things you can insert into a document, sometimes with more success than others. A chart, a table, you can insert those into a Word document pretty easy. An image. Images get a little complicated, right? There's that old joke where you you resize an image and then it adds 3 pages and you hear sirens and smoke in the distance. Weirdly true. Yeah, it's very tough to resize an image unless you know what you're doing. And then a text box, right? Inserting a text box can get really tricky. And then the next one, the yellow category, arbitrate. Chair, judge, mediate, and moderate. I agree with those other 3. Let's see, judge, mediate, and moderate, right? To arbitrate something. But to chair, I guess, is to be like a trustee on a board or something. I suppose that's arbitrating, right? You're a stakeholder in something. You have a chair position. Blue category, 80s slang. I loved Lightbow's comment. The person who wrote this was not cool in the 80s. They were very square in the 80s. The blue category. So chill, psych, radical dude, and word. Some of those are like 90s, early 90s things, because I grew up saying them. All right, the next one, blank duty. Something duty, right? It's your civic duty. It's you have to pay customs duty, right? You have to pay a tax. Heavy duty, it's very strong. And then jury duty. Oh my gosh, has any of you guys gotten called to jury duty? That does not sound fun. I have skirted around that for a long time, knock on wood. But yeah, I've never gotten called to jury duty. I would have to get a substitute teacher. Oh my gosh, it'd be a nightmare. It would not be fun. It would just uproot your entire life for a week or 2. All right, displays at a trailhead. Maps. Pulitzer Prize winning 2024 novel that reimagined Adventures of Huckleberry Finn from the perspective of James. Okay, cool. I didn't know that. I did not know that. Invader in a sci-fi movie, an alien. Thin strands, wisps. Sass for attitude, but it just says tude. Again, who are these people? Are they just... They're very square. I love that comment. So funny. One of Michelle Obama's daughters, Malia. A little out of whack. Amiss. Marshmallow treats in Easter baskets. Peeps. My peeps. My people. My peeps. IRS IDs. SSNs. Social Security numbers. And then a 1975 film with a 25-foot animatronic shark and one of the most iconic dolly zooms ever. When he first sees the shark, he's sitting, he's getting, back rub, whatever. And they dolly in while zooming out. It creates the vertigo shot. That's like the most iconic shot from Jaws. Okay. 3 days ago and 2 days ago, actually, totally faked me out in the Wordle. And so I am actually like super, super happy that, oh my gosh, that the Wordle was so doable today. Super doable today. And how lucky that first guess. I don't have like a go-to word. I just sort of randomize a word in my head, whatever 5-letter word pops up in my head. And I try not to guess words that are like 4-letter words with an S on the end. Sometimes I have to, but today I tried lofty, which gave me 3, actually kind of gave me 4 of the letters because it's a double F. So I had an F in the middle and a Y at the end. And then I tried spare, which gave me the A, and I'm thinking, okay, could I just do it here? Now, I run the risk. I've done that before where I go, oh, I know this. This is so easy. And then I end up, wasting all of my guesses because I thought I knew it, and I'm dragging my heels through it. But I felt pretty confident with this one, honestly. If the T, the reason I did is because, like, where do the others go? F blank Y. It could be like hefty. No, not if there's an A, right? Hafty. Gafty, I don't know. Nifty, no, it could be nifty. Oh, that's a cute word, nifty. Could guess that another time, maybe. But yeah, I took a stab. I took a guess, saying it was taffy. Lucky thing. cool. Awesome. All right, and then our word search on steroids, the Strands puzzle. We've got mind your manners. What they were saying was just things that you can do to be kind or be polite. I love that. Be polite. Respect, share, consider, thank, listen, apologize. I love that. In fact, I love that so much. I'm going to take a screenshot of it to show my kids how cool that is. I have really kind kids. I have really, really nice kids. My own personal children. I got really lucky. And they will appreciate these words about being kind. Okay, next one, Letterboxd. If you are new to Letterboxd, we used up all 12 of these letters, and we did it in 3 words. We were supposed to do it in 4 words, but we did it in 3 today. So we started with complicit, and then the T led us to tabled, and then the D led us to dog. I forgot to look. I was going to look just now. How did they solve yesterday's puzzle? And it was to say the word sidewalk, and then kumquat. Kumquat. There it is. I haven't had a kumquat in a long, long time. Kumquat is one of those not as often enjoyed fruits. It's a good fruit. I just don't know where to get them. We have a really great giant Asian supermarket that has, sort of exotic things. You can buy jackfruit there or ginger for a super good price, really low price. I wonder if they have kumquat there. All right. Well, thanks for a great stream. This was fun. We got a lot of good answers, and honestly, not that hard today, right? It flowed really nicely. I thought some of this would really trip me up, especially the Wordle. After a couple days ago, I really struggled, but it's going to be good. So, yeah. Anyway, have an awesome Tuesday. I hope you guys you're doing well. So, you're awesome. I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.